This week we started talking about the scientific method. The first step in the scientific method is observation. Today we're going to put our ability to observe to good use. We're going to do what we call the Observing Gobstoppers Lab. To do this, we're going to need a few different things. We're going to need a box of gobstoppers. We're going to need a petri dish. We're going to need some safety equipment such as an apron and a set of goggles. Now the first thing is we always start with protecting our clothing, so let's go ahead and put on our aprons and protect our eyes. Even though we are only going to deal with water, there's a lot of bacteria in water that you don't want to get into your eyes. Go ahead and put your goggles on as well. Now we start with an empty petri dish, and what we're going to do with that petri dish is we're going to take out 4 gobstoppers like I have here. We're going to take these 4 gobstoppers and we're going to place them in different areas of the petri dish. Doesn't matter where you put them, as long as they're away from each other and evenly spaced. And so try to get them as evenly spaced as possible. Now we're going to take this exact same design we have here and move over here to our worksheet. Our worksheet gives us the first diagram, and what we're going to do is we're going to color in the exact same 4 gobstoppers we have and the circles we have for the gobstoppers listed. So we'll start with the same way we had them in the petri dish. And color those circles in. And we're going to use these for our methods of observation. Now, take these 4 gobstoppers out and take the petri dish and you're going to fill it with water. Now, only fill it halfway up so that you don't spill anything. And then, the exact same thing that you had on the diagram, put those gobstoppers back in, this time placing them in the water. Now, the reason we keep those in the exact same order is it's going to help us with our observations. Now, as we sit and observe these, and we watch what happens, every 10 minutes, I'm going to ask you to continue to draw and show me what the change is going to be as we go through. And as we go through these changes, we have the 4 different changes we have of our petri dish. Our first change, then our second change, then our third change. And what you're going to do is whatever you notice is going to happen here, inside this petri dish, we're then going to put there on the worksheet. Now, as we continue through this, as you can already see, things are starting to happen. And this is going to continue to happen. Now we could ask you, what do you think is actually going to happen? What is your hypothesis here? What's your guess? And let's test and see if your guess is actually going to work. Now just to show you an idea of how this lab is going to work, I've had one sitting for about 25 minutes now, and we can take a look and see what's happening. As we see, we have these triangular colors where the colors are starting to just bleed out and meet each other. And you can see that there's actually starting to be a mixture of colors here at these edges. Now what you're going to do with those is you would take this exact same coloration and you would apply it here onto the worksheet. To continue with this lab, what you can do is you can actually sit there and ask, what did you observe the gobstoppers doing? You can also continue and build an extension off of this by asking what other materials or what other things affect the spread of the colors of the gobstoppers. You want to try different materials, different diameters, different temperatures. Anything you think that may make a difference in this, then take the gobstoppers out, pour out the water and clean the petri dish, and try those. I hope you have fun with this lab, and we'll see you next time.